Musicians Sophie, Ellis, Bextor and Ed Harcourt have been collaborating for a few years now, but they're working on something quite special at the moment, a project to help refugee children, and they are here to tell us all about it. Sophie, how did this come about? Thanks for being with us.
Oh, thank you for having us. Yes, so Ed and I first met these wonderful guys who run a project called the Flying Seagull Project at a festival a few years back. We both had our kids with us at the festival. We're looking around the kids' field, spotted this circus tent and these amazingly energetic and engaging performers who do a circus show, get the kids up. All our kids were sort of doing tightrope walking and playing instruments. And then Ash, who runs the project, he sort of gave this very impassioned speech about the importance of joy in childhood and how they take this Flying Seagull Project all around the world to disadvantaged children in all sorts of situations. So yes, refugee children, children in hospital, deaf children, blind children. Yeah, just children where they maybe need a little bit of help finding the happiness that childhood should bring.
Yeah, why is play so important?
Well, I think, you know, it's just all about just enjoying themselves, and they develop and they learn from playing with each other. But also, if they're in a pretty grim situation where there's nothing there, they're just literally, they have shelter and they have you know, food.
Maybe
hopefully.
only just in some cases,
but it's
don't
also
they? But that's
like,
what the focus has been often, isn't it? Putting a roof over their heads or giving them
exactly.
food. Mm-hmm.
But it's also about the sort of the mental and the psychological impact that these terrible events can have on them.
Definitely.
Sophie, you've got 4 boys, so your household is very, very busy. I mean, you must see play at work all the time, even with how children resolve conflicts and things, and that can help them with that sort of thing as well?
Resolve conflicts or sometimes start them.
Start them, yes.
Yeah, and I mean, I get involved in a lot of things locally as well that just help children introduce music, because people are constantly asking me if I'm raising musicians, if they think my kids are going to do it when they're older. But I think every kid actually responds so well to just being able to legitimately make a loud noise and sometimes make a really lovely noise with these instruments. And it seems to boost morale and confidence. I think it sort of boosts optimism as well, actually, just that thing of all the possibilities that they can harness if they just tap into that bit of their brain that's got all these ideas and just a way to sort of bring it out into the world. That's incredibly empowering for kids,
Do you see those changes too, Ed? Do you see those changes as well when you play music with kids?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, even last night I was watching my son just got on the piano randomly. I didn't even force him, which is usually what happens, but I was like, get on that piano. No, but he got on there and he was just like playing something, and I was just like, do that again, and he did it again, and then, you know, the other day I was around at my friend's house and his 4-year-old was there, and it was amazing because I was playing just chords and I just would look at her and she did this call and response thing. It was incredible, and she was, and you could tell she was really musical, and it's just very, I think it's quite therapeutic as well. You know, you have music therapy and things like that.
Well, the Flying Seagull Project is absolutely wonderful. It's so great that you're supporting it. We're going to be back in a few minutes' time with another edition of GMT, but Ed and Sophie are going to play for us now as well, so I'll let you take your seats. Looking forward to seeing you in a few minutes' time, but now here, Ed and Sophie performing for us live in the GMT studio.
There's a look in your eyes that says you want to be carefree tonight, just like in days gone by when we were wild. Darling, I'm not so uptight, and I can still put my mind on the flip side, 'cause I'm not so resigned to a mundane life. Why be so ordinary? Why just conform? Let's rip the night and have and forget it all. So keep the engine running under the stars. A full release is coming tonight, it's ours. We shouldn't fight the way we feel when it comes from somewhere real. That's how I think of me and you. And if escape is what we need, when it comes to you and me, we should just surrender and stay wild forever. It's like a secret we hold, a the adventures we go on are untold. You've got to lose yourself to find your way back home. Why be so ordinary? Why just conform? Let's rip the night in half and forget it all. So keep the engine running under the stars. I feel release is coming. Tonight it's ours. We shouldn't fight the way we feel when it comes from somewhere real. I've got it always in full bloom. That's how I think of me and you. And if escape is what we need when it comes to you and me, we should just surrender and stay wild forever. We know, we just have to surrender. We know, we just have to surrender. We know, we just have to surrender. We shouldn't fight the way we feel when it comes from somewhere real. I've got it always in full bloom. That's how I think of me and you. And if escape is what we need when it comes to you